Most creators believe the same thing, that to make more money, they need more people, a bigger audience, more followers, more traffic, more leads. So they spend years chasing the next 1,000 subscribers. And here is the strange part. For most creators, that belief is not just wrong. It is the single most expensive mistake they will ever make. Because the money was never on the far side of more people. It was sitting right next to the people they already have. Before we go further, let me tell you what this is not. This is not a video about going viral. It is not about ads. You will not need a bigger following, a product launch, a funnel rebuild, or a single new piece of content you have not already made. What I am going to show you works with the audience you have right now, even if that audience is small. In fact, especially if it is small, because when you have fewer people, you cannot afford to waste the ones who already said yes. I am going to give you one idea. Once you see it, you will start noticing it everywhere. It is the thing the quietest, most durable creators do without ever talking about it. And at the end, I'm going to show you the newest version of this move. The one most creators have not made yet, even though it is sitting in plain sight. Stay to the end for that part, because that last layer is the whole point. Let me start with a number that should change how you look at your own business. The probability of selling something to a brand new prospect is somewhere between 5 and 20%. The probability of selling to someone who has already bought from you once is 60 to 70%. Read that again, slowly. A person who already paid you one time is, on average, several times more likely to pay you again than a stranger is to pay you for the first time. So here it is, the thing the durable creators do. They do not sell one thing, they build a stack. A stack is a set of offers for the same audience, where each one is a different way for that audience to pay you. And it has been growing the same way for 30 years. Watch how it stacks up, layer by layer. First layer, free content, the thing that gets people in the door. Second layer, a cheap product, an ebook, a template, a small guide. Third layer, the course. Fourth layer, the community, the membership, the recurring thing. 4 layers, one audience. And here is the part most creators miss. Each new layer did not replace the one below it. It was added on top. And there is a reason stacking works, beyond just having more things on the shelf. Your audience does not have one single willingness to pay. Some will happily give you $20 and no more. Some will give you $200. A few will give you $2,000. Same audience, different budgets. When you sell only one thing, you reach one of those people and miss the rest. Every layer you add lets a different part of the same audience pay you what they were always willing to pay. So the question stops being, how do I get more people? It becomes, how many ways can the people I already have pay me? That is the entire shift. Here is what changed. ChatGPT did not just give people a tool. It changed how people expect to consume knowledge. You ask a question, you get an answer, shaped to your exact situation. And once someone gets used to that, a static product starts to feel broken. A 200-page document. A 6-hour course you have to sit through to find the one thing you needed. That is the opposite of ask a question, get an answer. So the fifth layer is the interactive one. Your knowledge, but you can talk to it. And this is exactly the point where you should be arguing with me. If anyone can paste a document into ChatGPT and ask it questions for nothing, why on earth would your audience pay you for a chat built from the same material? That is the right question. It is the question that decides whether this whole idea is real or just hype. So let me answer it properly, not wave it away. Yes, you can paste your material into ChatGPT, and so can your 3 most motivated customers. The other 90% never will. They will not gather your material into one place. They will not prompt it well. Half of them will not even know which of your frameworks fits the problem in front of them. What they would be paying you for is not access to AI. They paid for the curation, the shortcut, and the trust. The quiet guarantee that the answer reflects how you actually work, with your name on it. The format changes. That part never does. Before we move on, give me an honest answer to one question. If you have ever bought an online course, how much of it did you actually finish? Be honest. Drop the number in the comments. I read them. And if this idea is landing so far, a like genuinely helps the channel reach other creators. Okay, back to it. And now the part that makes this almost unfair. The economics. You already made the content. The course, the slides, the documents, the years of answers. Turning that into a chat costs you almost nothing, because the hard part, the knowing, is already done. You can sell it as an add-on to the course someone just bought. You can sell it as its own product. Either way, it is margin on work you already finished, sold to a person who already trusts you. So let me bring this back to where we started. You do not need more customers. You need more ways for the same customer to pay you. And right now, there is a new way sitting on the table that most creators have not picked up. Not because the technology forces them to. It does not. But because good creators have always been the ones who spot the next layer first. And this layer is not subtle. But I want to be careful with how I say the last part. It is about finishing the job you started and getting paid for finishing it. The income is the byproduct of helping them further. I am building a tool that lets any creator do exactly this. Take the content you already have, the documents, the slides, the course, and turn it into a branded chat people can talk to, and that you can sell. No code, no developer. If you want to be early, the link is in the description. That is the only thing I am going to ask you to do. And one honest thing before you go. Most people will watch this, nod, and change nothing. They will go back to chasing strangers tomorrow. A few of you will do something different. You will go look at what you already own, the audience you already have, the knowledge you already wrote down, with new eyes. And you will ask the one question that matters. How many more ways can I help these people? And let them pay me for it. Be one of the few.